Key takeaways from the Millionaire Fastlane by MJ Demarco. The Millionaire Fastlane is all about accelerating your path to financial freedom, completing the journey in 10 years rather than 40 years, when you are too old to really enjoy your financial freedom. MJ Demarco shares his insights and lets us in on the secrets he used on his road to success after making millions of dollars creating an online limousine booking service. We all want to get rich quick, don't we? Nobody wants to get rich slow. But many people choose what MJ Demarco classes as the slow lane to reaching their financial goals, or even worse, the sidewalk. In the book, The Millionaire Fastlane, MJ Demarco categorises 3 different paths to financial freedom, or the roadmap as he calls it. These are the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. So let's take a look into each of these in more detail. Firstly, let's take a deeper look at the sidewalk. MJ Demarco explains the sidewalk as living for today rather than making decisions which will benefit your future self. He explains that taking the sidewalk route is when you're spending all the money which you earn on pleasure experiences, shiny objects, and entertainment. As a result of this spending every penny you earn mentality, people who take the sidewalk to financial freedom are usually living paycheck to paycheck and are even going backwards by being in debt and always owing money out with interest on top. Taking the sidewalk to financial freedom is not always about being broke either. People who have a very high income can also be taking the sidewalk to financial freedom because they are spending more than they earn on a monthly or yearly basis. Take a look at people like Mike Tyson and several other celebrities and athletes who have earned millions of dollars but still end up broke because they're spending more than they earn in a cycle which cannot last forever and leads to eventual bankruptcy. So the sidewalk is the one you really want to avoid on your path to financial freedom. Now let's take a look at the slow lane. The slow lane is defined by MJ Demarco as sacrificing today for tomorrow. In other words, taking the time to financially educate yourself now with finance books, saving as much of your paycheck as you can on a weekly or monthly basis, watching YouTube videos like this, smashing the like button and subscribing, and by investing in various funds, receiving dividends, and understanding compound interest. Most people in general society think the slow lane is the way to financial freedom. It is certainly a lot better than the sidewalk we referred to earlier, but the slow lane to financial freedom can take decades, and who wants to wait that long? Taking the slow lane, as MJ Demarco explains, means penny pinching, cutting coupons, and missing out on things we enjoy. Sacrificing the now for some potential rewards way out in the future, by which time you may be too old and tired to enjoy anything you made sacrifices for when you were younger. This is not exactly living the dream. We want to be financially free at a time when we still feel young and energetic enough to really enjoy it. MJ Demarco explains that the slow lane isn't a guarantee either. It is sold to us by our parents and teachers as the safe path, but nothing is guaranteed. Many unexpected barriers are put along the path we call life, including health issues, market crashes, kids, divorce, and even death. So let's look at the fast lane in more detail. For the fast lane, we are looking at starting a business to accelerate the path to success. The vast majority of people who have become rich at a young age have done so by creating a business of some description. Starting and running a business puts you in control of your money and your income and gives you a far greater potential for increasing your wealth than you would have from earning a salary from your day job. The fast lane is all about making enough money early enough so that you can fully enjoy it while you are still young. While money alone will not make you happy, it can provide the thing which most people want money for, and that is freedom. In the book, MJ Demarco is not saying that the fast lane method is about getting rich easily, but really advocates that the fast lane strategy is indeed the fastest way to financial freedom. So MJ Demarco explains several elements which make up the fast lane method to financial freedom. One of the ways to financial freedom in the whole premise of the book is to advocate the produce, don't consume mindset. Try to build a business or a product which adds value to the world. The vast majority of people are on the sidewalk to financial freedom, and they live their lives through the perspective of a consumer and are blind to the fast lane approach to financial freedom. Being a consumer rather than a producer means you are buying products and services without any regard for where they come from or how they offer value. To start our journey on the path of fast lane success, we must first shift our mindset from that of a consumer to producer. For example, the next time you buy something online, take note of their sales funnel. How did they first get your attention? And how did they pull you into their website and eventually make you buy their product? The next time you go into a retail store, how do they organize products? How do the staff act? Did they try to upsell you at every opportunity? Next time you visit a website, which is apparently free, how are they actually making money? Are they monetizing data, selling advertising space, selling a course? Trying to approach life with this mindset means that we are always trying to learn the business strategies which are working right now in our lives, which will in turn lead you to having the greatest and most informed business ideas. With that said, let's look at the 5 commandments of business to put you on the Millionaire Fastlane. MJ Demarco explains in this section that you need to start a business which is based on the 5 commandments, which are control, entry, need, time, and scale. So from the previous parts of the book, we have established that in order to reach financial freedom, we need to start a business. This business we need to start needs to adhere to the 5 commandments of the fast lane as laid out above, or at least as many as possible. So let's look at the 5 commandments in detail. The first commandment is control. You need to retain control of the business, not starting a business on someone else's platform, for example. If you started a business which relied mostly on Instagram still being a thing in 10 years, you are not in control. Because if Instagram shuts down for some reason or changes their algorithm, this could negatively impact your business. The same thing with an Amazon FBA business. If for some reason Amazon stops allowing third-party sellers on the site, your business is finished. So you need to retain the control within the business by not being reliant on another platform or relying on anything which is out of your control, or if it changes, is detrimental to your business. The second commandment is entry. You need to make sure that the business you are entering is not overcrowded. You need a barrier to entry to start the business, which is not easy for anyone to do, i.e. having a certain knowledge of an industry, or requiring a large amount of capital to start the business, or having contacts in a certain field to be able to start the business. The business you start needs this barrier to entry so that you do not have a massive competition from day one. If the business is so easy to get off the ground, you will have lots of people starting the same business over and over, and this means the pool of customers is diluted. The third commandment is need. When you start a business, you need to know that there is a need for it, and that the business you are starting is not too niche. People say start a business doing what you love, but this is not always going to be the best route to success. This may be a really niche business a small number of people are interested in. You need a business which appeals to the largest number of customers and also on a reoccurring basis if possible, like the subscription model. People want their problems solved. It's as simple as that. The more people you can impact with your product or service, the more money you will make. It's that simple. The fourth commandment is time. When the business is set up and running, you must be able to detach yourself from that business, meaning that the business can run without you there on a day-to-day basis. This means that the business becomes a passive income for you. If you need to be there all day, every day to run the business, you have just created yourself another full-time job. This is not what you want. It's financial freedom we're looking for, not another 9-to-5. The fifth commandment is scale. MJ Demarco talks about the law of affection in his book, The Millionaire Fastlane. This boils down to 2 areas we are covering within scale. Magnitude, which is how much value you provide per person who you affect with your product or service, and scale, which is how many people you affect with your product or service business. If you do not have either of these, magnitude or scale, your business is not on the Millionaire Fastlane. When building your business, you need to have the ability to increase scale or magnitude, and this is summed up by MJ Demarco's profit equation. Net profit equals units sold, scale, times unit profit, magnitude. When MJ Demarco was building his limousine hire business, his primary focus was to increase these 2 numbers, the scale and the magnitude. He could directly affect these numbers by increasing the number of visitors to his website and therefore increasing the number of sales. Or he could increase the conversion rate of his website, meaning that he had the same number of visitors to the website, but they all buy more. Growing money trees. MJ Demarco talks about growing money trees. This means starting businesses that generate income regardless of you being present or not. There are 5 different types of business which MJ Demarco talks about in his book, The Millionaire Fastlane. The first is a rent-based business. This includes real estate or royalty-based business where you earn royalties from licensing a product or a service. For example, royalties from music or patents, etc. The second is a computer or software business, like an e-commerce store, where you put up your digital storefront and people keep coming back to you to buy your products repeatedly. The third is a content-based revenue business, such as monetizing a blog or website with advertising revenue, etc. The fourth is a distribution-based business, such as a retailing or franchising business where you have a physical store to sell products. The fifth is an employee-run business, which is having employees do all the work for you. But this is about managing people, and this is one of the reasons MJ Demarco eventually sold his business. MJ Demarco explains that the best money tree you can have is money itself. Investing wisely and saving money to earn compound interest and putting your money to work while you sleep. This is how MJ Demarco was able to retire in his 30s. He sold his business for millions and invested it wisely and now earns passive income from it every year. As an example, if you have $1 million and invest it in a fund which generates 5% annual return, you would have an income of $50,000 a year for doing nothing. If you have not already read MJ Demarco's Millionaire Fastlane in full, then I would highly recommend doing so. This book contains some priceless advice for wannabe entrepreneurs. Take the wisdom from the Millionaire Fastlane and build a business which meets all the 5 commandments mentioned earlier and allows you to build your own fast lane to success. Learn the roadblocks and pitfalls to avoid before you start your business journey, and get a head start making sure that you set off on your path to financial freedom on the right foot, which is in the fast lane. Have a look at this next video. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.